everybody's having a great Christmas. Let's take a look at Mistress for Christmas. So right before I get started, I just want to thank Chance again at Ironhead Smoke Shop in British Columbia for sending me this killer AC/DC shirt. He also sent me a couple other ones, so I really appreciate that. So we're going to start this one off. We're just going to be playing D to A, and then G to D. Alright, so a couple things on this one. The sound of this one's pretty clean. Also, the picking attack is pretty light. Now, when the vocals start, the picking attack gets even lighter, and one trick you can use is just hold your pick lighter than you were before, and you'll naturally strum the strings lighter. So, and the other thing about this is that these chords, when we play D, we're not too concerned about the higher strings, you know, the B string really for that D chord. And on the G, we're not really hearing those two notes either. We're hearing mostly, you know, the thicker strings of the guitar, so we get that deep growling sound out of these chords. So, you know, something like that. So we play through that, I believe, 4 times, and then we're going to transition up here to G. Alright, so that's just going to be G, D, C power chord, and then grab that 3rd fret on the E string, which is your G note, back to an A chord. And then when we come out of that, we're just going to be doing this. Alright, then we go back into the 2nd chorus, which is the same thing we did at the beginning of the song. And then that's going to transition, and we're going to do this. Alright, now I cut that part a little bit short, but what's important about that is hitting that G chord twice, and then D 2 times, and then G 2 times, and then back to D 2 times again. Alright, then we go into the main chorus of the song, which is just the verse. Play that twice, and then the solos, or the pre-solo really, is going to start. So let's take a look at that and how this one wraps up. right before we get to the guitar solo, we're just coming out of that chorus, which is really the verse. And then we're going to play this. We're going to go to an E chord. Then we're going to play B, A, back to E again. Now what's important about this is that sometimes before he lands on the chord, he's hitting some open strings and then the chord. It's not every single time, but you'll hear it on the E chord and the B chord. So it's going to be something like this. Alright, so now the guitar solo is going to start, and all we're going to play is we're just going to play B, let it ring out, A, and then E. Alright, we're going to play that a few times, and then when we come out of that, we're just going to go back to G. It's going to play that another time, and then we're going to start to wind this one down. We're going to play that D to A, G to D, and you're going to start to hear the volume kind of pick up, and the strumming pattern is going to change. And as we move into the last chord of the song, which is the chorus or really the verse as well, we're going to strum these a lot more. So that transition is going to look like this. All right, and that's kind of how it ends. So that's it for this one. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great Christmas.